Welcome to Verbal Quick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. You know, as I stated earlier, how we bring information, knowledge from an analytical, scientific, and mathematical point of view, dealing with different topics, different subject matters, and that energy, that we put out to the universe, and also dealing with the energy that some would like to put on us, how we push that out the way because we are what would they call spiritual warriors, right? And we're going to tackle this topic, right? We got a special guest that we have today, none other than Slip Dude. And the title of this show is Black Power Banging. And who else to have on the show for Black Power Banging? None other than Slip Dude. What's up, family? Welcome to the show.
What's the deal with it, loved one?
Ah, man, it's great, bro. I'm talking about, man, glad to have you here, bro. And we're going to, wait, before, but matter of fact, we get this out the way now, right? So, now, for those of you who don't know, we're going to power bang on the topic and subject matter of propaganda, right? And we have a Compton Crip, right? Slip Dub on the show with us. And I understand just in context, and we're not, and matter of fact, we will talk about this later on down the line, but just in context to let people know that you personally knew Baby Lane, who quote unquote had something to do with the unaliving of Tupac.
Yeah, I'm from that same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood. That's just context. Now we finna get into it, right? I gotta put this on the stage. Can all of y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is definition of propaganda, right? Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a particular cause, doctrine, or point of view, right? A committee of cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church responsible for foreign missions founded in 1622 by Pope Gregory. And now Pope Gregory was one who coined the phrase propaganda. And we get into it right now, then we really get into the show, right? It says details regarding Gregory the 15th and propaganda. Origin of the term. The term propaganda stems from the Latin propaganda fied, propagating the faith, established on January 6, 1622 as a committee of cardinals to oversee missionary work. The purpose, the congregation was created to manage the church missionary activities, particularly in response to the Protestant Reformation spread in Northern Europe, right? And to expand in the New World, which was America, Asia, and Africa. Now, check this out. The original meaning versus the modern use. In its 17th century context, propaganda was not meant to be deceptive or nefarious, but rather a way to spread information or beliefs. The word later acquired negative political connotations in the 20th century, right? But hold on, wait, we not through yet. We not through yet. Right? Now check this out. Hold on, check this out. Bam. Now, this was done in the 13th century, right when the Inquisition was going on with the Moors. So they always use propaganda to create a image in one's mind. That's why I said we're going to verbal quick radio. We give verbal image of life, right? They created an image of life, right, pertaining to black people. They painted the devil black, and we're going to get in this symbolism later on during the show, right? But now we get into the context, right? The first thought that affected us, February 8, 1915, was the birth of the nation. And this was the president's favorite movie at that time, The Birth of a Nation, right? And it was depicting Klansmen of a, and it, hold on, wait, matter of fact, before I go on into that, I'm going to show you all, and we're going
Somebody help
to, now
me!
we finna get
Please help! I
into,
can't get out!
this is the
Help me!
image.
Take him!
This is supposed to be a black man. His name was Gus. He peeping over a white woman in the Klan. She jumps off, kill herself, and the Klan hunt him down and whatnot. Got his eyes booked. But in 1915, that propaganda set forth a treatment amongst black people that we are trying to get out from up under today, right? So since Slip Dub is the guest, right? I just want your take on how do you feel how racial propaganda and it affected the community and how it still affects us today.
All right, yeah, like when we start looking at propaganda and coming from the time where we are right now, what we really have to look at it, we're not in the beginning of the stages of propaganda. We're pretty much, it's kind of like when you throw a rock, right? And when that rock, it'll hit the water and the ripple effects, we're in the rings that's farther out. And so we can't really see it. And unless we got our elders teaching us, we don't understand the history of it. So conversations like this is important. First, to know it exists, because just hearing the word, some people never heard the word. You know what I mean? And to go back on connecting history real quick before we really get into it, is we don't know how fast things are missed. So if you go talk to the generation that they call in YNs today, some of them ain't heard a Biggie song, Tupac song. In the age of information, you would think that they come to it, but they can't really recite any of it to you. But we come from a generation that can recite these superstars. The name, even the term, how superstar no longer really truly exists. It's now viral.
Right.
All that makes sense to when you start putting things in context, when you start talking about slavery and the propaganda, how what they're saying now, it was indentured servitude. That's propaganda. You know what I mean? That it wasn't that bad. And I got man, if I was, my son is in my other room, because I would have started pulling some books off the shelf. But I got a book that the Klan wrote that, and they was in their book, they was putting propaganda not only just on us, but to their own people, that we appreciated it, like the way they treated us. So it works. It's a double-edged sword. It worked for and against, and it's also used on their own people. You know what I mean? So it's so many ways to go about this, but breaking down the history of it, just like you're doing right now, is important.
I appreciate it. New Year, Happy New Year. We're going to launch 2026 off right with a new remix film with new AI added features, right?